I still vividly remember as a small child, I used to play with those old balanced analytical scales in my dad's lab. And undoubtedly, this early exposure to science is something which had a profound effect on my later decision to pursue a career in STEM. However, not all kids have this opportunity, so Jenny decided to do something about it. And she's been doing an amazing job in the Clever House up in the North St. Louis, where she's been helping expose a new generation of awesome kids to STEM. So kudos, Jenny, and congratulations on your PhD.
So my plant science experience actually started on my great uncle's farm in the middle of nowhere, Kansas. And this is actually a picture of me and my brother on that farm with my dad, and he's teaching us probably about programmed cell death. I'm not exactly sure. But more recently, thanks to Jenny, I've had the privilege of bringing a science demo to the Claver House summer camp, probably 3 or 4 years in a row now. And one year I did a lesson on yeast fermentation, which included viewing the yeast with microscopes. And I was really happy to learn from Jenny that about a year later, they were pulling out the microscopes. And one of the kids that took my lesson was like, all right, we get to do yeast infections. So it definitely made a lasting impression, and it's been really a blast getting to be part of that program. So thank you, Jenny.
And when I think of you, I think so much of outreach and science education. And it reminds me of a time in 6th grade when I was developing a science fair project, and it was a plant science experiment. I used pH to change the growth of bean plants over time. So that was a really inspirational moment for me that has impacted my whole life trajectory, and I know that all the work you do with Claver House and other aspects of your science outreach education are impacting all sorts of young people at the right time in their life as well.
Did you know all these are plants? I didn't, not until Jenny came along and taught me everything I need to know about them. Did you know you can even grow them yourselves and they give you food? Wow, that's incredible. In all seriousness though, Jenny's been such an inspiration for me keeping my balcony garden going. Really enjoyed talking to her about gardening and all the things like that. She'll be such a great mentor to all students to come. Absolute great job. Congratulations, Jenny.
Hi, I have a very special bond with Jenny because we took this daunting task of co-parenting MSL10. I'm also very grateful to Jenny for giving me the unique opportunity to teach kids at the Claver House. Her new colleagues not only would be lucky to have her because of her intellect and experience, but also she will bring a lot of warmth and generosity. Do stay in touch.
I still remember the first day that I worked with Jenny in the Haswell lab, where she just took me through the basic framework of doing cloning, and that was such a new and exciting thing to me. And at one point, we went to run a gel and extract DNA from it, and when we went to take a razor blade and cut fragments out of the gel, I remember Jenny saying that this was a moment that always made her feel like she was a scientific researcher from television. She has this amazing ability to make science seem really approachable and exciting, and it makes people really want to learn science.
The first time that I worked with Jenny at Claver House, I had just microwaved a bottle of phenol in lab and pretty sure I poisoned myself. But being the strict, harsh, authoritarian person that Jenny is, she forced me to come in with her and teach kids how to streak for bacteria on agar plates. And from that experience, I now know what it takes to be a scientist.
After undergraduate, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, so I went into science and just thought I would fuck around and get a PhD. Working in the bench across from Jenny every single day really inspired me to keep going, and now science is truly my passion.
I was just a freshman and she was a cool, smart upperclassman doing honors, and Jenny really taught me everything I know about the sciences, from experimental design to pipetting to dissecting rats. Jenny was there for it all.
I remember commiserating about axolotls somewhere between our 4th or 5th class of Rosé while we were watching The Bachelor, and it was at that point that I realized how wonderful of a scientist and person that Jenny is.
I remember when I met Jenny, and she was really into ufology, and she really got me into science due to the disciplined nature she was going after, proving that aliens are real, and it really inspired me to want to earn my PhD, and now here we are today.
So I became passionate about science after I went on a camping trip with Jenny, and she taught me all of the stars and solar systems while we looked out for shooting stars and UFOs, and I've been in love with science ever since.
Congratulations, Jenny!
You are the best. You are the best. Yes, you are the best. We love your passion in science and education, especially accompanying and teaching the young kids. Now we are ready to welcome Dr. Codjoe.